The European Union has published a special issue entitled Lice of the Nation, because the European Union is blamed for poisoning the liquid. The hyenas of the country are the lousy gypsies who are employed by the state and are completely intertwined with the underworld. These lice are the cockroaches of the nation, and the European Union would take action against these lice, but since this matter is not in the interests of the European Union, that is, it does not belong to its interests, so it does not take action. Let no one confuse the European Union with the people. It does not represent the interests of the European people, but the interests of its own background empire, which is completely different. The European Union is not interested in the fact that more people die every year from liquid poisoning, indirectly through car accidents, and the like. They are not interested in the fact that certain mafia circles are writing people off. The European Union is not interested in this. It is interested in taking at least 50% of the money of the European people and supporting itself and its circles. There is a serious difference. The European Union exists because they should have jobs, not so that the European people will be better off. So if people want the liquid not to arrive, they should simply start writing off these cockroaches of the nation who hide in national security circles or are connected to the factories, like the European Union, which has no insight or connection in such a way as to supervise them. Only a priest can give ideological guidance, and then they implement what they want from it. I emphasize once again, the Union is not there for the European people to be better off, but so that they can support themselves from half of the money of the European Union population. Now we compare what is in the interest of the 540 million native inhabitants of the European Union, and what is in the interest of the European Union, which is completely opposite. Let's just look at it. The value of all EU citizens is to have a normal income, a stable home, and normal relationships and business relationships. This means that all the rules of business life must be followed, like the world market, world competition, world market prices are similar. That would be it. And security, of course, would be the interest of European citizens. Next to that, we could mention good healthcare, similar things. But what is state-run? We can just throw it in the trash because it's worthless. Let's look at what is in the interest of the Union. The Union is interested in the opposite. The Union is not interested in the fact that you can't drink liquids in Western European countries, because there is an organization of criminal groups who have formed themselves with the national cockroaches of the given countries, but with reduced security and poison the liquids in certain regions. So if my child goes to school and accidentally wanders into another region, he drinks a cola or whatever, then the child will get sick. This is so completely natural to the European Union, so this sign is not because the problem is the complete fault of the character. I personally chose a dog whose character is very similar to mine, not the same, but very similar. He is the Argentine Dogo. The Argentine Dogo does not start to insist on a child, he does not start to insist on a Swedish hall, he plays with them, he goes there, he makes them love him, but with the real vile ones who pose a danger to him, so by acting with them brutally. In contrast to this similar recommendation, because a little bit of Russia, but the character of the European Union, they act with the strong, so they run away against them, they poison their own citizens, they want to profit from the misery of vulnerable people like the train companies, their complete health care. If someone gets sick, it is not bad enough that they get sick, but even the healthcare wants to make a profit from this. And they do not want to change this, so here is the problem is a lack of character. And if we compare how Russia treated Ukraine much more humanely than the European Union with its own citizens, because Russia did not shoot at civilian targets. Unfortunately, such a hit can also be in a war. This cannot be 100%. Those who weave but not civilian targets. He did not want to write out the Ukrainian population but to regain a territory. Because our European enemy is doing the exact opposite, he poisons his own citizens, makes them sick based on certain background mafia interests, and they did not know this. The interests of the people are a significant interest in the Union, so it is not completely normal. Physicist, guitar player without a flat income. 8 homeless people killed by a mob with horrible wealth. There is no such idiot-centered superpower, neither the USA, nor China, nor Russia. It is not a self-destructive rabid dog that bites itself. The German Shepherd dog's character is also very similar, smart, friendly, a little more reserved, but with a warlike peaceful attitude, depending on who it is facing. I don't want to offend anyone and I apologize if I'm wrong, but not only in my opinion, but according to many presidents, George Bush is one of the greatest American presidents. Although every president was a president of great authority and great character, so it's hard to single out which one is more a matter of taste. I remember similar programs, not so harsh. But the United States struggled with similar problems. President Bush said to this, "Well, there won't be petty kings here, there won't be genocide here, mafias won't form here. We look at the interests of the people, so I'm almost confirming the FBI so that it can act if there's a problem anywhere. And period. This is the budget. For them, barely 0.001% is spent on goblets." Today, in the EU, alcohol poisoning, sick pay, disability, and national income are around 10%. So, you can argue who was the best president of the USA, but that Bush wasn't an idiot, that's for sure.